Hey G's, Albert here. For those who don't know me, I'm an AI specialist. I create systems with Make and I also do AI agents. For today, I've got a really simple automation which will use forms, either Google Forms or Typeform, anything you want, but for the sake of this video, I will use Google Forms. We are going to take a lead's email and also their first name. Maybe you want other details, but that's up to you. We'll keep this simple. We'll use this email to validate it. Then we'll personalize an email and send them to the person. So let's get started. You are going to go to Make, create a new scenario. I'll walk you through everything, just not the connections. I'll explain them to you, but I won't show you the API keys. So we are going to use Google Forms and we'll need to watch for responses. Every time a new lead fills your form, this will watch for that. Then you'll need to connect your account. I've already connected mine, but simply you click add and you sign in with Google. Then we'll need a form ID. You go to Google Forms and here in the search bar, this is your form ID. Let's paste this here and change this to 1. This is basically going to extract only one form each and every time for one run of the scenario. Click OK. Let's do from now on. Okay. Next, I mentioned that we'll need the first name. Maybe you want other things. Maybe the last name, whatever. Check the require button and the email address. You don't have to bold this, but I like it like that to make it easier for me. For my eyes to see when I create new forms. Then publish this. Click published again, copy your responder link, go to a new tab and let's fill a new one. So my name is Albert and I'll actually use my email from here. So let's submit that. Next, you'll go back to Make and let's run this to get all the variables. We should have the first name here. Here it is, Albert, with lowercase characters, just like I inputted it. I'll show you how to make this, how to capitalize it. And here is the email address. Next, we are going to verify if that email address is valid. You can use anything like any mail finder or whatever, but for this video I'll use MailChecker. Validate an email. Same thing here. You are going to need to connect. So you'll go to MailCheck. You'll be, after signing an account with them, you'll be greeted by the dashboard. You'll just simply go to API tokens and generate yours. Then paste that API and connect yourself. So they ask for the email address here. We are just going to take the variable we just got, which is this one. Then I believe we need to run this again. So let's fill another form. Again, Albert, and let's use this. Run it again. Now it's checking and it's valid because this is my actual email. Next, I mentioned that we need to make a personalized message. You can use GPT, you can use Claude, whatever. We'll use GPT for this one. So go here, go add a new module, click OpenAI, create a completion. Then same thing here, you'll need to connect your OpenAI key. You can click the See Online Help here and they will guide you. Same thing, just like with MailChecker. You take your API, you paste it, you take the organization ID and you paste it. For the model, we have access to everything, but the most reliable is 4.0. This is from my tests. So let's prompt this. First, we'll need a system message which will instruct the AI as to how to think and operate. And then we'll also need a user message. I will craft the prompt here with you to show you what prompt engineering is like and that it's nothing complicated. Anyone can learn. So you are an expert at creating emails to thank people for signing and filling my form. You'll only create the content of the email, ignoring the subject. Maybe you want to create the subject as well, but for my case here, it's going to be the same for each and every email. Next, we are going to mention that we'll be giving GPT the first name of the person, so it can actually say, hey, first name. So let's do this. I'll put notes and we'll also instruct the AI on how to talk, the tonality, the style, and everything. So keep it simple, direct, to the point. Then Spartan tone of voice. In fact, let's say this as well, semi-formal language. We don't want this to be very formal, at least I don't want to. You will receive the first name of the person. Make sure to end the message with a sign off, I think it's called, and my name, Albert. Okay, pretty simple, not the best prompt, but it works. Then for the user, we are just going to give the first name, which we already got here. This one. GPT should be smart enough to capitalize that name, so no problem with that. But before we do this, let's put a filter. So we only do this for valid emails. So is email valid? This is basically the name, doesn't matter. The label is the name. Can put anything here. The condition is that status, this variable selected, is equal to valid. Okay. So if the email is valid, it's going to continue with the scenario. Otherwise, I think I'll need to, well, I'll run it with a fake email afterwards to show you what I mean, because it's going to give an error and the scenario will stop. So we'll put an ignore. But let's continue. We've got this, and the last step would be to send an email. We're going to do that with Gmail. Send a new email. Same thing here. You connect your email. For the Gmail module, which is this, I found that I cannot connect my Gmail account with this symbol and gmail.com. So I had to use another email address, which is basically this one. if you have another email, I don't know, maybe it works for you with gmail.com, but for me it didn't. So we'll send this to the email we got here. Then the subject line, I mentioned that it's going to be the same for everyone. So thank you for filling our form. In fact, let's mention their name as well. And I'm going to show you how to capitalize the name, even though it's, I'm pretty sure, not capitalized. So yeah, let's check. Yeah, it's Albert. So you are going to go here, select capitalize, and then go back to the star and select the variable, which is the name. This should capitalize. Let's add a comma here. Okay. And then the content will be the result here. That should be it. So let's submit two responses. So first I mentioned that I want one with a fake email. So let's go with David here. Yes, my other name is David. And David, I don't know, this at gmail.com. I don't know anything. Let's run this. And exactly, as I mentioned, it's going to give an error. But just press ignore all errors and that's about it. Error fixed. Now let's fill another form. So Albert, let's keep it lower capital to show you that the capitalize works. And then the email from here, which is valid. Next, I'm going to open up Gmail to show you that it actually sends that. Okay, here and here. So let's run this. Well, what happened here? Okay, so apparently it ran the same thing again. Okay, let's run again. Okay, this one. So let's see. Hi Albert. As you see, it didn't create the subject line. I tested before, and if you don't mention this here, obviously it's for this case only. You'll only create the content of the email, ignoring the subject. If you don't say that, it's going to create the subject line all of the time. And I didn't want that. So, hi Albert, as you can see, automatically used capital letter. Thank you for taking the time to fill out the form. Your input is greatly appreciated. Best regards, Albert Eck. Just like I mentioned, to use a sign off and my name, Albert Eck. Let's see here. And it should have sent the email. So let's check it. First, this is the mail I used to send. And here it is. Hi Albert. And then on my main account, here is what I received. So everything works. You can also do this with phone numbers. If you want me to touch on this, I'll do this on the next video. It's a bit more complex, but not so much. So if you enjoyed, smash the like button and drop a comment. Maybe share this with friends so they can get this system. Bye.